Alright guys, Tom here and welcome to a new video, and today I'm doing my WWE Payback 2014 match predictions. Hopefully you do in fact enjoy my predictions, enjoy this video, get down there in the comment section, share your predictions, and can we get 200 likes on this video? If I do get 200 likes, I will do a Payback 2014 review as soon as the show has finished. But if we can't get 200 likes on this video, there will be no Payback 2014 review. Can we do it? Like the video, post your comments. What do you think? Who do you think is winning every single match? I'll post down there in the comment section my predictions in text format, so you can copy my predictions and change who you think is winning. Also, get down there and of course subscribe for predictions on every single WWE pay-per-view. I do these predictions every time a pay-per-view comes around. Every month I get down in a video and predict every single match, and of course this is for Payback 2014, and the first match of course is the kickoff show match. And yes, they have gone back to calling it kickoff. For WrestleMania 30, they did call it pre-show, but for Extreme Rules and now for Payback, they have gone back to calling it kickoff. I'm not sure why they can't make their mind up whether to call it kickoff or pre-show, but I always thought pre-show sounded a lot better than kickoff, because considering you call the post-show, surely they should be calling the pre-show the pre-show. The pre-show should be called pre-show because it fits with post-show. They're like, it's pre and post-show. It works. Why call it the kickoff show? Surely they should call it the pre-show. But they have gone back to calling it the kickoff show. And yet again, we do get Hornswoggle, who is now part of 3MB or 4MB, against El Torito. So they had success with this match. A lot of people went into the Extreme Rules 2014 match thinking, what the hell are we going to have to sit through? What is this? We're going to have to sit through a midget match or a small people match for the kickoff show of Extreme Rules. What a poor way to start off the pay-per-view, but a lot of people didn't watch it, and they should really regret that, because this was a phenomenal match at Extreme Rules 2014. That match was a WLC match. It was pretty much a no disqualification TLC match, if you like. They had mini commentators, they had a mini referee, and they also had Los Matadores and 3MB get involved during the match. It was just amazing. There were so many great spots during this match. The crowd loved it. We were just all surprised at how good the match was compared to what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was just going to be a match where we'd laugh at it, it'd be terrible, it won't be entertaining, but it was completely opposite. It was amazing. It was one of the best matches on the card. It was funny. There was so many great spots using the weapons. It was just bloody entertaining. It was great. It was phenomenal. And they had success with it. They know a lot of people loved that match, so they're doing it again at Payback 2014. They're sticking it on the kickoff show again. To be honest, considering the match was so good at Extreme Rules, this match could quite easily be on the actual full card, because it was a great match at Extreme Rules, and I wouldn't be bothered about paying for this match on the actual pay-per-view. But we get it for free if you've got the WWE Network, and that's all good. But to be honest, there really is only one winner in this match, and it is going to be El Torito. Now, there's a few reasons why I do think this is going to happen, but it isn't a WLC match anymore. It is a hair versus mask match, and the number one thing you've got to consider is Los Matadores only debuted a few weeks ago, a few months ago. They debuted around, was it kind of October time? It was kind of the time when I went back to college, so it was kind of August, September time after SummerSlam, I believe it was. And are they really going to take the mask off El Torito so early since they've debuted? I mean, Los Matadores, they aren't particularly great, but are they really going to put this gimmick away as soon as that? Because as soon as he loses his mask, then he's gone. El Torito's gone. I mean, why would you remove the Bull's mask? It would be completely pointless, because as soon as the mask is gone, Los Matadores are pretty much useless, because the main attraction for Los Matadores is the Bull. But if you take the mask away from the Bull, then it completely ruins the whole idea, and it would just be completely pointless. They'd have to scrap the gimmick, because a Bull without a mask on would just not work. Are they really ready to scrap this whole Los Matadores idea so early into its debut? They've only been around for a few months, so they're really going to take that mask off so early on. Also, El Torito is the face. He is the actual good guy out of Hornswoggle and El Torito. So, usually on the pre-show, you usually have the good guy win. You usually have the fan favorite win. So, the Chicago crowd will be happy. The fan favorite will have won the first match, so it gets the crowd excited for the rest of the show. If Hornswoggle won, the bad guy won in the first match. They're already unhappy. The first match didn't go the fans' way, so it wouldn't be a good way to start off the pay-per-view. So usually the babyface winning usually wins on the pre-show. Of course, the babyface is El Torito. And obviously, the story behind this match is the whole reason why they actually started this match again was because El Torito's tail was taken off him during Monday Night Raw. So El Torito, he needs to get payback. The good guy needs to get payback against the evil Hornswoggle. So El Torito's story here is he wants to get payback for El Torito's tail being taken. So what his mission here is to pretty much beat Hornswoggle in payback for what he did on Monday Night Raw. So the story here would be, or the happy ending would be, for El Torito to win so that he can take something off Hornswoggle, and that would be Hornswoggle's hair. I wouldn't be surprised if El Torito actually came out during this match with no tail, so to dub down, or play the storyline that his tail's gone, he's missing something, so for the story to end, he'd have to take something from Hornswoggle, and that would be his hair. It would also be quite funny to see Hornswoggle's hair go as well. I mean, the mask would just be a whole shame. It would be annoying. It would be like, you've kind of ruined the gimmick. You've ruined the character of El Torito. But removing the hair of Hornswoggle would be funny and would be something different. Removing the mask would be quite a big shame. I would be quite annoyed about that because the Bull's funny. It's quite a good character. So removing the mask would just be annoying. But removing Hornswoggle's hair really wouldn't do much. It wouldn't really break the character or anything like that, and would kind of fit in with 3MB. It would be something different, something wacky to fit in with 3MB. So I think if you think about it, losing hair sounds like a better idea than losing the mask, and I think it's a great idea that they've added this stipulation to the match. I mean, if it was only a singles match, maybe it really wouldn't have a great attraction. I mean, the thing that they had the problem here is this match should, or must, live up to the match they had at Extreme Rules, or it would just leave a bad taste in our mouth. So adding this special attraction, or this special stipulation, really brings another excitement into this feud. So hopefully, it is a very good match, but my prediction here is El Torito is going to win. The good guy, we don't want to see him lose his mask either. It's the pre-show, it's the kickoff show, so usually the good guy wins. And also, it's a bit of El Torito payback for Hornswoggle taking away his tail on Monday Night Raw. So my prediction is El Torito is going to win that match and pretty much going to take Hornswoggle's hair. I don't know if they're going to get a razor or shave his hair off or something like that. That'll be interesting to see, but I am looking forward to that match considering how good it was on the Extreme Rules kickoff show. But to be honest, I would be prepared to pay for this on the pay-per-view, but we get it for free on the WWE Network, which we shouldn't complain about. But for me, El Torito is kicking off Payback by winning against Hornswoggle. And also, El Torito, I'm just thinking about it now, is the younger guy. Hornswoggle, he's been around for quite a while, so if Hornswoggle loses, he does put over El Torito quite well. El Torito's a younger character. He hasn't been around as much as Hornswoggle, so if El Torito pins Hornswoggle, then it does put over El Torito quite a lot. And also, Hornswoggle's pretty much just been thrown into the 3MB gimmick. I mean, he's not really doing anything. He's not going anywhere. He's pretty much not going to do anything for the rest of his career. In my opinion, El Torito can go a lot further than Hornswoggle can in his career. So it wouldn't really do anything for Hornswoggle to win this match. It'd do a lot more for El Torito. So for me, finally, El Torito is winning this match. Now, there's two matches which I do believe could kick off the show. It's either Sheamus and Cesaro or Wade Barrett and Rob Van Dam. But I'm going to start off with Wade Barrett versus Rob Van Dam. Bad news, Barrett versus Rob Van Dam, I probably will pick to start off the pay-per-view. Now, it could quite easily be Cesaro versus Sheamus, but I do think that since Rob Van Dam did have a good showing at Extreme Rules, he did in fact kick off the Extreme Rules pay-per-view against Cesaro and Swagger, if you remember. They might just go for Rob Van Dam to kick off the show again against Bad News Barrett this time. It was a very, very good match at Extreme Rules. The crowd were very, very into it. The crowd was excited. There was a lot of high spots. There was some good spots as well. It was an exciting match, so why not let Rob Van Dam do it again and kick off his second pay-per-view in a row at Payback. And also, it's been a pretty good, well-built match, a good Intercontinental Championship match. They built it quite well. There's been a Beat the Clock challenge match, and there's also been a little bit of build on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, so it's been a well-built match, and usually well-built matches kick off the show. So for me, this match will probably kick off the show on the Payback pay-per-view. To be honest, Sheamus versus Cesaro really doesn't have a big attraction compared to Bad News Barrett versus Rob Van Dam. So I think this one will start the show over Sheamus versus Cesaro. In my opinion, and probably a lot of more people's opinion, they're more excited about this match than they are for Sheamus versus Cesaro. So, Bad News Barrett against Rob Van Dam really isn't a hard prediction to make. Bad News Barrett is picking up the win here. Now, Rob Van Dam, the disappointing thing about it is, he really doesn't go into this match with a lot of momentum to start off with. He lost on Monday Night Raw due to a distraction by Bad News Barrett. So, he really doesn't go into this match with much momentum whatsoever. So, are you really under the assumption that Rob Van Dam is going to win at the Payback pay-per-view? Are you believing? Are you under the assumption? Are you going to believe that Rob Van Dam has enough power and enough momentum to knock the title off Bad News Barrett? Not really. He lost on Monday Night Raw. He has no momentum going into this match. So his only job here really is to make Bad News Barrett look like absolute gold. And he's pretty much going to put over Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett isn't losing his first Intercontinental Championship title defense at pay-per-view. He did actually have a title defense against Big E, of course. But this is his first pay-per-view. This is his first pay-per-view where he's defended it. He's not losing, especially like an old-timer Rob Van Dam. Wade Barrett, he is 31. He's quite a young guy, and he's still got many years in him. Is he really going to lose against the old guy Rob Van Dam? That would bore him quite a lot. And really, is Rob Van Dam going to do a lot with the Intercontinental Championship? His job now is really to put over a lot of talent. When a champion's a champion, they do a lot more winning than losing. So, are they going to give Rob Van Dam the title and just beat guy after guy? What Rob Van Dam's job is, or why they've brought him back, is to put over younger talent. And they put him in this match to put over Bad News Barrett. There is no question that Bad News Barrett is defending successfully his title here and winning his first pay-per-view match as the Intercontinental Champion. It will be a very good match. I can really see or imagine a 5-star frog splash reversed into a bull hammer by Bad News Barrett. That would be epic, but really, it doesn't take a genius to work out that Bad News Barrett is going to go over in this match, and Rob Van Dam is putting over Bad News Barrett. Honestly, people are even questioning if Bad News Barrett might win the Money in the Bank ladder match. So obviously, he's got to pick up as much momentum as he can going into the summer. Maybe for a big Money in the Bank match, or maybe a big SummerSlam match. So he's going to be picking up a lot of momentum. This is probably like one of the best characters they have at the moment. So they're really going to make him lose so early in the they've revamped Bad News Barrett. He's got a new gimmick. People actually love this gimmick. Are they really going to give him a loss so early in revamping his new character? I mean, he only debuted as his new character on the Raw after WrestleMania. Are they going to give him a big loss at a pay-per-view so early in since debuting that character? No, especially not against Rob Van Dam. If somebody was going to beat Bad News Barrett, it would be a younger guy, not an old guy who you really don't believe is going to beat Bad News Barrett anyway. He has no momentum. For me, Bad News Barrett is winning this match and defending his Intercontinental Championship. Yes, yes, yes. So, the next match on the card will probably be Sheamus versus Cesaro. So Sheamus versus Cesaro really isn't much of an attraction to me whatsoever. I'm not excited for this match at all because the match they had on Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago was not good whatsoever. They just didn't seem like they had any chemistry. The crowd weren't really into it. They weren't interested into it. It just had no excitement whatsoever. So people come to me and say they're excited about this match. They think it's going to be match of the night. I saw somebody say, I don't know about this match. I'm not too excited about this match. I mean, there's definitely potential for it to be one of the matches of the night. But honestly, it's really not one of those matches I'm looking forward to. We're on a card where you've got Shield versus Evolution and you've got Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This match really isn't much of an attraction or excitement whatsoever. I've said attraction a lot in this video so far, so I'll try to not say it as much anymore. But I'm really not excited for this match. But for me, it does seem quite strange that you've booked Sheamus in this match, and I can't remember, did he have a title defense at Extreme Rules? Not that I can remember of. Or did he win it after Extreme Rules? Hang on, let's have a look. Blah, blah, blah. There was no Extreme Rules match, was there? I really can't remember. Yeah, John Cena, Paige. So, Sheamus wasn't the US champion by then. I really honestly can't remember. Was it the night after they made Sheamus the United States champion? I believe it was. So, this definitely is Sheamus' first pay-per-view defense of the United States Championship. So, it's weird they put Sheamus against Cesaro, where Cesaro's picking up win after win after win, because obviously he's the new Paul Heyman guy, so he's picking so many wins up at the moment because they want to build this guy up as the next face of the WWE. This guy's a star. Cesaro is the future of the WWE, so this is his push. This is currently his push. Cesaro is having a huge push at the moment, so he's picking up win after win. So it's a bit strange that they picked Sheamus against Cesaro, two guys who will win. Like, if you book Sheamus against somebody else other than Cesaro, I predict Sheamus to win at the Payback pay-per-view. And if you put Cesaro against somebody else at the Payback pay-per-view, I predict Cesaro to win. So it's weird they picked two guys to have a match together, which I'd predict to win. How can you have both of them win? Now, what I can see happening here is the fact that it really hasn't been built too much is that they could probably have it as a draw. Like, we haven't had a match at a pay-per-view as a draw for a long time. Maybe it'll end in a double count out, or they'll have maybe Sheamus turn heel here and get disqualified, or they'll just have a no contest where maybe the match doesn't get started, or something like that where it's a no contest and neither of them win. But would you be pleased at that happening? Would the Chicago crowd would they be dissatisfied at that happening? I'm not quite sure, but to be honest, I can see Cesaro winning here. Now, I can see it ending in a no contest, maybe due to a double count out, and that would give them an opportunity to add more to the feud and maybe have a better built match at Money in the Bank. They could do that, but I'm probably predicting Cesaro to win here. Now, I'm not too keen on Sheamus losing his first United States Championship match title defense because, honestly, he wasn't over when he won the belt. So for him to lose in his first defense is a bit sketchy. It's a bit dodgy. What are the crowd and what are the fans going to think of Sheamus losing his first title defense? Are they going to start losing their interest in Sheamus? Because, honestly, since he won the championship, he really didn't have any interest whatsoever. So are you gonna risk burying Sheamus by making him lose here, which could definitely happen because people aren't really into Sheamus at all. He did get booed at Payback last year when he faced Sandow, so the crowd are definitely going to be for Cesaro. But are they going to make Sheamus lose in his first title defense? I really don't know, which makes this match really very unpredictable and also very exciting because I don't know who is winning this match. But for me, if I was picking between Sheamus and Cesaro, if I'm just going to forget about if it's going to end in a no contest or a double countout or disqualification like that, I'd have to pick Cesaro to win the United States Championship here. Now, his first United States Championship win at SummerSlam 2012, I remember watching that, was not good. His run was not good. They didn't book him very well, and it was a shame. But can they give him another title run under Paul Heyman? Will Paul Heyman be able to book him in better matches? Will they be able to have better feuds? And can they bring some prestige back to that United States Championship? I mean, it would be a lot better for the United States Championship if you've got somebody like Paul Heyman as their manager. They can make way better feuds, they can cut way better promos, and they can have way better matches with Paul Heyman in Cesaro's corner. Can they bring some importance back to that Intercontinental Championship with the help from Paul Heyman? And I think they can, and the fact that Cesaro's only recently become a Paul Heyman guy, are they really going to have Sheamus win here? Are they really going to give Cesaro a loss here? Because Cesaro needs to pick up all those W's, especially going into that Money in the Bank match where it is quite likely he may possibly win. They're going to give this guy as much momentum as possible heading into summer. So I think Cesaro's going to win here. I think they're going to give him another United States Championship win and see what he can do with his second run being the United States Champion. This time he's got Paul Heyman. There's a little bit more help for him with promos, of course. He does struggle with promos, so hopefully Paul Heyman can help him here. And I do think it is likely Cesaro will win his United States Championship here. It is strange for Sheamus maybe to possibly lose in his first title defense, It's been a long time since I've seen a team or a singles competitor lose his championship in his first title defense, but it could happen here. I think the last time it happened was Miz and Wade Barrett at the Raw after WrestleMania last year, I think it was. But maybe they'll do it here as a shock factor or a surprise, but I definitely see them keeping the momentum alive for Cesaro, and Cesaro winning at Payback 2014. The Chicago crowd will be heavily behind Cesaro, of course, due to his indie background and them liking guys who really have a good wrestling background. So for me, the crowd will be behind Cesaro, and it will be a good moment when if he wins the championship, for the crowd to pop and them to be loud for him to win that title defense. That'd be great momentum in its own right, and I think Cesaro is winning here. But I could, maybe 25% chance that it could end in a no contest if they still want to keep Sheamus as the champion, because it will slightly feel strange if Sheamus in his first title defense loses. But that's only probably like a 25% chance it might happen that he doesn't lose. But I think there's probably like a 75% chance that Cesaro is winning here and keeping his momentum alive. So for me, Cesaro is winning here. So we've now done the Intercontinental Championship and United States Champion title matches predictions. So we've done that match, we've done that match, and we've done that match. And we've got, what, 3 matches left. So I would probably say maybe John Cena versus Bray Wyatt maybe in the next match, or it would be Paige versus Alicia Fox. But the fact that the card is quite slim, I would probably go for the Divas Championship match next, because the fact that we don't really have a clear main event, you'd have to have the 2 top matches, the Cena and Wyatt match and Shield and Evolution match, next to each other to make up for the fact that you don't have a main event. Like, them matches aren't main event matches. The main event match would have been a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, but the fact that we don't have that match, they're going to have to put them 2 matches next to each other, so it feels like you've had at least a main event or a special event, a special match in there. So putting them back to back makes them more significant, because we really don't have a main event. So for me, they've got to put the Divas match, Alicia Fox and Paige, here after them first 2 matches, or you're really not going to have a main event feel. So Paige versus Alicia Fox, it's gonna be quite a shock for what I think is gonna happen here. Now, I think what we could happen here is a second title change. Now, if we get the Cesaro match first and Cesaro doesn't in fact win, then my odds will go even more in favor of Alicia Fox winning here. But if Cesaro wins and there's a new champion crowned, then I could start to think that maybe Paige will defend her title. I mean, too many title changes on one pay-per-view is quite strange, but I do remember last year, didn't we have 3 title changes in the Payback pay-per-view last year? So they did change a lot of titles last year. It was either 2 or 3. I think it was 3. Was it the WWE World Heavyweight? It was the World Heavyweight Championship. It was the Intercontinental Championship, and it was, maybe it was 2. Was it 2? Oh no, it was the Divas Championship as well. So yeah, we did have 3 title changes at Payback last year. So they do like to change a lot of title changes in Chicago. So if Cesaro wins, I can see them putting it, just making Paige retain. But the fact that I'm so under the assumption Cesaro is winning, maybe they will make the Divas Championship change. So I, at the moment, can see Alicia Fox winning anyway, whether Cesaro wins or not, because Cesaro is the only time I think the title is changing on the Payback pay-per-view. I don't see the the Intercontinental Championship changing hands, and you don't have another title change on the whole pay-per-view. So the fact that there's only 3 titles defended on the pay-per-view, doesn't seem like there's a tag team titles match, then they may change a lot of the titles on the Payback pay-per-view to make up to the fact that you don't have a lot even defended. So if you have a lot changing, it does make up for the fact that there's not many even being defended. So they might change the Divas Championship here, because there isn't even a lot of titles defended on the pay-per-view. But Paige, yes, she won the Divas Championship on the Raw after WrestleMania, but the fact that, well, Natalya's in a NXT Divas match tonight on Thursday, and Paige beat Tamina, and Nikki Bella and Brie Bella really aren't doing anything. Brie Bella's caught up with Daniel Bryan, and AJ Lee's away with Chicago on her couch in Chicago with CM Punk. There really isn't a lot of Divas title contenders, and they've brought out Alicia Fox because she was the only one that they had at the time. She's turned her heel. They're really breaking the boundaries for the for the PG era. I read online that they're really wanting to break that to bring back the old Attitude Era fans. So we saw on Raw that it wasn't beers, it was soda cans that Alicia Fox sprayed on herself. She went wacky. She gave a referee a wedgie. She shouted in his face. She kind of like slapped him a bit. She went mental. They're trying to break the PG era boundary, and honestly, it's very interesting. Alicia Fox turning heel is very intriguing, and I'm liking to see what they're going to do with it. But the reason why they've turned her heel and changed her gimmick is to bring more excitement into the Divas division. But for me, they may have done this just to make you think, are they really going to make Alicia Fox lose after changing her gimmick? I mean, they've changed her gimmick just recently. Are they really going to make her lose in this match on Sunday? Because it would seem like a waste of time. If they were going to change her gimmick and give her this new heel role, it would seem like a waste of time if she was just going to lose on Sunday. But maybe they're doing that to make you think that, well, she's got to win. Why would they bother doing that? But for me, it really would seem like a waste of time if you're building this gimmick up of Alicia Fox, of this new heel. She's not really a monster heel, but this crazy kind of AJ Lee-ish heel, crazy gimmick. It would seem like a bit of a waste of time if you'd spend your time building Alicia Fox up as this new crazy woman for it to lose on Sunday. What would be the point of even using Alicia Fox if you weren't going to give her the title? And also, you gave Alicia Fox the win in London. You gave Alicia Fox a win over Paige in London, her home country, her home capital. You gave Paige the loss. Obviously, they see big things for Alicia Fox. They're wanting to build her up as a big character. Why would they give her the win in London? So for me, I see Alicia Fox winning on Sunday. I mean, if Alicia Fox doesn't win on Sunday, what's next for Paige? I think it would be interesting to see Paige chase the title. I mean, the fact that they made her the champion so early on in her career really doesn't make her that interesting because she's already won. If she was going to lose on Sunday, it would at least make the Divas title interesting because I really don't see Paige losing it. I mean, she could go on a year's title run and it really wouldn't be interesting. But if you have somebody like Alicia Fox come out of the blocks, come out of nowhere, and win that Divas Championship, maybe it could make the Divas Championship come alive again. And also, Alicia Fox really hasn't done anything in the last few months, so it really would bring a surprise and more eyes to the Divas division. And if Alicia Fox was going to defend successfully her title here, who else can challenge for the Divas Championship? And yeah, I go back to my old prediction. Why would they bother wasting their time, giving her the win in London, building her up as a new heel, this new crazy gimmick, for her to lose on Sunday? It would definitely seem like a waste of time. So for me, I can see Alicia Fox winning on Sunday. That's my prediction, guys. A new Divas champion in Alicia Fox. So we've done that, and we've only got 2 matches left. The next match will, of course, be Cena versus Bray Wyatt because, well, the Shield and and Evolution will probably main event the show because that closed off Monday Night Raw this week. But my prediction for John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in a last man standing match is, I'm hoping it's going to be Bray Wyatt, but I'm really not 100% sure. But I don't know. I think it really is Bray Wyatt's time. I'm going to be really disappointed if they give John Cena the win. But really, are they going to give John Cena the win in Chicago? Chicago absolutely boo Cena. They don't like Cena. They booed him in 2011. They booed him in 2012 against Brock Lesnar. 2013... they were really over Ryback, but they really weren't into that match anyway. They just don't like John Cena. So, are they really, they're really going to be pro Bray Wyatt. They're going to cheer Bray Wyatt the whole of the night, and especially during his match. They're going to sing, he's got the whole world in his hands. So, really, are the Chicago crowd going to be happy when John Cena lifts Bray Wyatt up for AA and lets the 10 count? Are they really going to be happy? They're going to boo the whole 10 count if that happens. They're not going to be happy whatsoever if Bray Wyatt loses here. No way in hell. Also, Bray Wyatt's I'd go as far as saying your best heel at the moment. He's one of your best characters you've had since Undertaker debuted. So are they really going to risk damaging this great character at Payback? I mean, if Bray Wyatt loses, then he's wasted the last 3 months of his career in a feud with John Cena. Because if John Cena wins here, he's going to bury Bray Wyatt. Look where Damien Sandow is. Exactly. Look, what is he doing? What is Damien Sandow doing? That was all because John Cena beat Damien Sandow in October, the night after Hell in a Cell. And can you risk that the same thing happening to Bray Wyatt? No, you can't, because he's the greatest character you have had maybe since Undertaker debuted. And if Bray Wyatt was going to lose it, you're risking burying that character. And it's going to halt his momentum so much. I mean, wow. If he loses here, it's going to be a huge shame. And John Cena needs to start putting over old talent. I mean, they put him into this mid-card role because they believe they want other stars to run with it. They want the Shield. They want Daniel Bryan. They want Cesaro. They want Bray Wyatt to be main event stars. That's why they put John Cena in this mid-card role. But surely if you want stars like Bray Wyatt to become main eventers, they've got to win against guys like John Cena, the biggest face in the WWE. So for me, Bray Wyatt's got to win here. John Cena has got to put over Bray Wyatt. You're going to make a huge star out of Bray Wyatt if he wins against John Cena. And surely this has got to be the last match John Cena has against Bray Wyatt, hopefully. And that's one of the reasons why maybe it might not be a win for Bray Wyatt, because usually a feud ends with the face winning. Usually, because Brock Lesnar against Triple H didn't end that way. So maybe they'll do that, but if you want to close a feud, the face usually wins. But we're already in the third match of Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. So if they give John Cena the win here, the feud will end. But if they give Bray Wyatt the win here, maybe the feud won't be over. But do we really want to see a fourth match against these guys when, considering I'm not really interested in this feud anymore? I wasn't interested in Extreme Rules, and I'm certainly not interested anymore. So they might give the win to John Cena to close the feud, shut the door on the feud and put it to bed, because always the good guy wins, usually. So they might give John Cena the win, but they've got to put over Bray Wyatt. Please, WWE. The Chicago crowd are going to boo. They're going to be so over Bray Wyatt. They're going to cheer him the whole night. They're going to sing his song. They're going to get the cell phone out during his promo. They're going to be all for Bray Wyatt winning here. If you want to make main event stars like Bray Wyatt, you want him to turn into a main eventer from a mid-carder, you've got to give him the win here against the biggest face in the WWE. This should be their final match. It's their third match. So give Bray Wyatt the win out of the feud. If he wins here, he wins the feud. Because it's got to be the last match. You can't do 4 matches, can you? So Bray Wyatt's got to win here. Please, WWE. What's left for John Cena? They're probably never going to give him a WWE World Heavyweight Championship run again, because we've seen it all before. So what's the point of giving John Cena the win here? What's else for him? What else is he going to do in his career? He should start putting over talent like Bray Wyatt. And yeah, you're probably thinking, I'm just stupid. Obviously, they're going to give John Cena the win. I know they are. I just hope they're not. But my prediction is going to be Bray Wyatt. They've got to do it. They've got to do it. Come on. He's the best heel they've had in ages. He's an amazing character. He's got it all. He's great at promos. He's great in the ring. He's great. He's got great ring awareness. He's got everything. He's got a great clan behind him in Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, who are great talents. He's got it all. John Cena is going to put over Bray Wyatt. He's got to. Please do, John Cena, please. There's nothing left for you. Why give John Cena the win here? What are you going to build him up to do? He's done everything. So for me, Bray Wyatt winning here, he'll win the feud and win over the face of the WWE. How over will Bray Wyatt be after that? Can you imagine the promo, the Raw after? I can, and I cannot wait. So for me, Bray Wyatt's winning here, and that's my prediction. So, the last match is the Shield against Evolution, which will probably main event the Payback pay-per-view. It closed Raw this week, so it's got a main event Payback. And for me, there's only one winner here, and it's got to be the Shield. It's got to be the Shield. They're the good guys. I really couldn't sit through another match against the Evolution and Shield. Now, this is their second match. So would you really want to sit through a match at Money in the Bank? And also, these 3 guys in the Shield will probably be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. They're the future. So it'll be interesting to see them in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I could quite easily see one of them winning in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So this feud really needs to be put to bed before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, because you really don't want this match on the card at Money in the Bank when you could quite easily put the Shield in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because if they were wasted during a match against Evolution, they're not going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match because they'll be busy with Evolution. So close this feud at Payback on Sunday by having the faces, the good guys, win. Because if the heels, the bad guys win, it opens the door for another match. I've just said it with the Cena and Bray Wyatt feud. So if you have the good guys win here, the Shield, it closes the feud and pretty much shows to the universe that the Shield are better than Evolution second time around. They've already won at Extreme Rules, so just do it again at Payback. And that pretty much solidifies that the Shield have won over Evolution and there's nothing left in this feud. And to be honest, I'm pretty much sick of seeing these segments. I mean, how many times have we seen them brawl in the ring? Triple H give a pedigree, a Batista bomb, a Roman Reigns spear. I mean, they've done segment after segment which is just a carbon copy of each other. I mean, every Raw, every SmackDown, we just see the same old build towards this match. It just seems like they just have a brawl and that's it every single time. I mean, do we really want to see more of this? So you've got to have the faces win here, because I really couldn't sit through more segments of Evolution versus the Shield, because it just seems like the same thing every time. So the Shield have got to win here and end this feud once and for all. Also, with the Shield winning twice over Evolution, puts them over very, very well. Obviously, it's Evolution, so if the Shield win here, it puts them over a hell of a lot. And also, they're going into the summer when they could possibly turn heel here. They could possibly, you know, what could happen here is that one of maybe Ambrose or Rollins or even Reigns, I can't see it being Reigns, will turn heel in the next month or two. So you've got to build them up as much momentum as possible so people are actually interested in the Shield. So giving them a win here makes more people interested in the Shield. If they were going to lose on Sunday, then maybe not so many people will be interested in them. So when they do break them up, it won't feel as special as if they were really over with the crowd and they had a lot of wins behind them. And also, Evolution putting over the Shield would do wonders for Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And obviously, Batista is going away to do media for his new film. I'm not particularly sure what it's called, and I'm not really bothered either. It does come out on August the 1st. So he's going away for a bit to do some promotion for that. So he really won't be in Evolution. It'll pretty much be just Triple H and Randy Orton. And is that really Evolution? I mean, at the moment, is it really Evolution without Ric Flair? So when Batista isn't going to be there, apparently this might be his last event, Payback. So if Batista isn't there, then Evolution's pretty much useless. They're not going to have Evolution around when Batista isn't there. So maybe they could have the Shield win here and pretty much put to dead Evolution. Maybe that'll be the end of Evolution. Maybe that's how they'll play it out. Shield win on Sunday, and then the Raw after, Triple H will come out and say, Evolution's over, the Shield are better than me, and Evolution, we can't continue anymore, they're the better faction. And maybe that's what they'll do. But obviously with Batista going away and this being his last event on Sunday, they can't have Evolution running around because it'd just be two guys and it would just look lame as hell. So, the Shield, yes, the Shield are winning here. And one thing I would like to point out just as a crazy prediction, one of the Shield members, maybe Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, could turn heel in this match and join Evolution the night after. Yeah? And then they continue with Evolution. Instead of Batista, you have maybe Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose. Or Roman Reigns in Evolution the night after. Could happen. I'm just putting it out there because it could happen. But for me, the Shield will probably win here. It will put them over very, very well. Give them momentum. Give them the second win over Evolution. Put the feud to bed because I really don't want to see this feud go on anymore. It will be a great match, but the segments between them really haven't been anything special whatsoever. So for me, Batista's going away as well. Evolution won't be around for much longer considering Batista is going away. So for me, the Shield are winning here. So hopefully you haven't in fact enjoyed my Payback predictions. Just to go over my predictions one more time. El Torito to win. Alicia Fox to win and become your new Divas champion. Cesaro to win to become the new United States champion. Bad news, Barrett. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Wade Barrett, bad news, Barrett to retain his Intercontinental Championship. Bray Wyatt to win the last man standing match. And yes, the faces, the Shield, to win at Payback 2014 and Evolution to put them over in the main event of Payback. I'll probably do a video on what I think is going to happen between Daniel Bryan and Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella, but I did not include that in this video because it's not a match, it's just a segment which I honestly don't think should be on the actual pay-per-view, but I'll do a video separate for that. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Remember to get 200 likes or I won't do a Payback review. Thanks for watching, take care, spike your hair.